Good morning students, good morning everybody. I Professor Y.T. Shinde, Associate Professor and Head Department of Botany, Maharaj Jivajirao Shinde Mahavidyalaya Srigonda, District Ahmednagar. This college is affiliated by Savitribai Phule Pune University Pune and the SY-BSc syllabus is choice based credit system syllabus to be implemented from academic year 220 to 221. In SY-BSc semester 3rd, paper 1st, title of the paper Taxonomy of Angiosperm and Plant Ecology carries 2 credit points and sub-article or unit Ecosystem Diversity and subunit Ecosystem Diversity of Ecology or Introduction of Ecology. This is the video lecture for SY-BSc students, and this video lecture is only for educational purpose for SY-BSc students, botany students. Today we learn ecosystem diversity. That is in definition, introduction, major types of ecosystem in the world, terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. First point, ecosystem diversity, major ecosystem in the world. First point, definition. The diversity at the ecological or habitat level is called ecosystem diversity or ecological diversity. It is also called ecological diversity. Ecosystem diversity is type of biodiversity at a larger scale, and it is always weightage or highest level of the biodiversity. An ecosystem is a unique contribution of plants and animals and microorganisms communities. Ecosystem diversity deals with the variation in ecosystem within the geographical biofactors or locations and its overall impact on the environment. Ecosystem diversity is always in a dynamic stage. The example of ecosystem diversity at global level or global scale such as deserts, forest, grassland, wetland, ocean or seashore. The major ecosystem of the world like tundra, rainforests, coral reefs and deciduous forests all are formed as a result of evolutionary pressures. Example, tundra. Tundra ecosystem forest occurs by evolutionary process. Ecosystem diversity increases the availability of oxygen through photosynthesis among plant and helps in purifying of water and provides plant varieties which serves as good sources of medicines and herbs. Then this is the introduction and definition of ecosystem diversity. There are major types of ecosystem diversity in the world. The ecosystem diversity is classified into on the basis of 2 types. On the basis of or based on the broad habitat, they are terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. First point, major ecosystem in the world, terrestrial ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystem are characterized by the water availability and greater temperature fluctuations and seasonal base or seasonal basis. There is greater availability of atmospheric gases and light include carbon dioxide and serves as substrate of the photosynthetic and oxygen absorbs or oxygen aerobic respiration and in nitrogen for substrates of nitrogen fixation. Terrestrial ecosystems are classified into forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, tundra ecosystem, desert ecosystem and cropland ecosystem. There is agricultural ecosystem. First point of terrestrial ecosystem is the forest ecosystem. The forest ecosystem is by trees growing in closed canopy, that is called a forest ecosystem. Forest ecosystem is a functional unit of nature because forest is a large and canopy vegetation or complex ecosystem, and hence has greater species diversity in the forest because of there is canopy vegetation or complex ecosystem. It is more stable. Example of forest ecosystem are tropic forest or tropical forest ecosystem, taiga coral forest ecosystem, and temperate forest ecosystem. These are three types of forest ecosystem. Forest communities is the natural assemblage of the communities of plants, animals and microbes. These are points of forest ecosystem. Then second point of terrestrial ecosystem is the grassland ecosystem. Grassland ecosystems are areas covered by grasses dominated by relatives and small or herb-like covers on the ground or in the forest or in the area or on the locations. It is distributed as open area of land. It is distributed open area of land where the vegetation is dominated by grasses. Therefore, grasslands are called transitional landscape, same as Galicha. The grassland lie between forest and desert. Grassland plants are shorter in height. It looks like large grass, looks like shrubs or woody-like structure. There are grasslands of two types: tropical savanna grasslands and temperate grasslands. The grassland ecosystem provides forage for livestock, protection and conservation of soil, and water resources, habitat for wildlife and both flora and fauna. Then third ecosystem, that is tundra ecosystem in the terrestrial ecosystem. The tundra ecosystems are treeless polar desert regions found in the high altitude Arctic and top mountain region where the climate is cold and windy and rainfall is scanty. The word tundra literally means barren terraces or barren land, and in this region very few plants and animals can survive because there is a less plants and animals. That is, tundra means barren land. Then third ecosystem is the desert ecosystem. Deserts areas of land that are dry and get less than 10 inches rainfall. A place that receives less than 10 inches rainfall per year, this area can be covered by sand rock. There are three life forms of plants that are adapted to desert ecosystem, that is ephemer, succulents and desert shrubs. Ephemer, succulents and desert shrubs, these are three life forms in the desert ecosystem. Then fifth type of ecosystem is the cropland or agriculture ecosystem. This is man-made ecosystem because there is agricultural land which cultivates human or human-made ecosystem. Cropland can be undertaken as land, or cropland can be understood as land with regularly cultivated agricultural, horticultural and domestic habitats. Cropland ecosystem may be different crops and cropping patterns, that is annual, biennial and perennial pattern of croplands in the agriculture land. The cropland ecosystem has three components as like natural ecosystem. These are producers, consumers and decomposers. These are three components in the cropland ecosystem. Cropland ecosystem provides people with grains, vegetables, fibers, etc., but plays important role in regulations or soil erosion, to protect soil erosion and conservation environmental and degradation or deterioration of soil and plants. It also negative effects on our environment such as soil and water such as soil and water pollution, because the use of high fertilizers and the use of high pesticides. These are cropland ecosystem. Then fifth ecosystem, the next ecosystem, first terrestrial ecosystem, major ecosystem in the world. Second, aquatic ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystem, that is water ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystems are functional because plant communities and animals that are well adapted to grow on and live in water. That is fishes, aquatic ecosystem. Hydrilla in the aquatic ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystem are subdivided into three types: freshwater ecosystem, marine ecosystem, and estuarial ecosystem. Freshwater ecosystem includes ponds, lakes, springs, streams, rivers, wetlands, running streams, lakes. The freshwater ecosystems are further subdivided into pond ecosystem, river ecosystem, and wetland ecosystem. In pond ecosystem, that is lentic ecosystem, river ecosystem, that is lotic ecosystem, and wetland ecosystem, that is marshes and swamps ecosystem. First, freshwater ecosystem is the pondland or pond ecosystem or lentic ecosystem. These are classified into littoral zone, limnatic zone, and profoundal zone. These are cropland ecosystem. Then next types of ecosystem is the river ecosystem. In river ecosystem or lotic ecosystem, these are flowing water systems. They include river and streams. They originate from one place to other place and travel some distances. The river ecosystem is a part of larger wetland, or in the river ecosystem there are small fishes or algae like plants. The ecology of flowing water is newly unique. Then third ecosystem, wetland ecosystem, marshes and swamps. Wetlands are transition zones between land and water, that is terrestrial and aquatic ecosystem. Wetlands are shallow waterlogged areas. It is defined as the areas of water where it covers completely soil or land by water. Plants that live in wetlands are adapted to their watery or hydric habitat or soil. Wetland plants are called hydrophytes because hydrilla, Felicinaria, Nilumbia or lotus, these plants or Eichhornia, these plants are present in the hydrophytes, and this is called a wetland ecosystem. Marine ecosystem. The marine ecosystem or marine ecosystem occupy largest amount of earth, that is 75% earth, with high concentration of salt water. They include ocean, salt marshes, and mangroves and sea floor. Marine ecosystem usually have large biodiversity. It is usually very important in the overall health of both marine and terrestrial environments. Then estuarial ecosystem. Estuarial ecosystem is the region where the rivers confluences with the sea or rivers meet in the sea. And it represents zone between the river and sea. The seawater mixes with river. The seawater mixes with river water and creating zone of water with salinity. The estuarial ecosystem are salt marshes, mangroves, and sea grasses, that is sorghum like plants of algae and many other algae. This is the major ecosystem types of the world. You learn ecosystem diversity. In ecosystem diversity, we learn definition, introduction, ecosystem types in the world, that is terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. In aquatic ecosystem, there are freshwater, marine water, river, wetland. In terrestrial ecosystem, there are forest ecosystem. In forest ecosystem, there are three types: tropical forest, taiga forest, and temperate forest. Then grassland ecosystem, there are also two types of forest, temperate forest and tropical savanna types of forest. And tundra ecosystem, this is a evolutionary process or evolutionary ecosystem, less land and less water, less land, less animals and less plants in that ecosystem. Then desert ecosystem of three types, ephemer, succulents and desert types. Then aquatic ecosystem, in aquatic ecosystem there are freshwater ecosystem, that is river, pond, lake, wetland, marine. Then marine ecosystem, littoral, limnatic and profoundal ecosystem. Then wetland ecosystem, last point estuarine ecosystem. These are some sub-ecosystem or major ecosystems of the world and types of the world in the ecosystem. This is the video lecture for only educational purpose. This video lecture only for educational purpose for SYBC students. Thank you.